safeguarding cricket's integrity.
Punjab government takes a digital leap, launching an app to deliver assistive devices and wheelchairs directly to citizens' doorsteps.
Are highly effective, robust, and globally exemplary. Vestor highlighted Pakistan's successes, including dismantling major international trafficking networks and closing critical smuggling routes. Over the past year, Pakistan seized 365 metric tons of drugs and precursor chemicals, showcasing the professionalism and operational strength of the Anti-Narcotics Force and related agencies. Vestor warned that drug trafficking is not merely a regional problem, but a global challenge, urging the international community to intensify cooperation. The UN emphasized the importance of intelligence sharing, border security, financial assistance, and technical support to bolster Pakistan's ongoing efforts. Pakistan's role extends beyond national defense, protecting youth globally from the devastating impacts of drugs. International collaboration, the UN stressed, is critical to sustain and amplify these efforts.
Federal Cabinet clears 27th Amendment draft. Prime Minister chairs via video link. PPP issues reservations. Senate review next.
The federal cabinet has approved the draft of the 27th Constitutional Amendment despite reservations raised by the Pakistan People's Party, PPP. Prime Minister presided over the emergency meeting via video link from Azerbaijan, emphasizing the government's commitment to legislative reforms. Law Minister Azam Nazir Tarar briefed the cabinet on the amendment, which includes key provisions related to the command of armed forces, the establishment of constitutional courts, and judicial transfers. While PPP expressed support for certain clauses, disagreements remained over the NFC award, appointment of the Chief Election Commissioner, and powers of executive magistrates. Following cabinet approval, the draft amendment will now move to the Senate, where the Standing Committee on Law and Justice will conduct a detailed examination before debate and voting in the chamber. Discussions are expected to continue until Sunday, with approval likely on Monday. Opposition parties have indicated plans to protest in the Senate. However, government allies including MQM, PMLQ, and Istikam-e-Pakistan Party have pledged full support. Analysts note that the amendment's final enactment depends on Senate deliberations and subsequent approval by both houses of Parliament.
A pivotal legal challenge emerges. Petition filed in Supreme Court opposing 27th Amendment, warning of curtailed judicial authority.
A major constitutional battle has begun as senior lawyer Barrister Ali Tahir files a petition in the Supreme Court challenging the proposed 27th Constitutional Amendment. Filed under Article 184.3, the petition contends that the powers of judicial review granted under Articles 184.3 and 199 are core pillars of the Constitution and cannot be restricted or removed. The petitioner warns that if the amendment is enacted, both the Supreme Court and higher courts would lose the authority to hear constitutional matters, undermining the judiciary's role as the guardian of fundamental rights and disturbing the delicate balance of power between state institutions. Barrister Tahir argues that the amendment could create a parallel legal structure under executive influence, compromising judicial independence. The petition calls on the apex court to protect the supremacy of the Constitution and preserve the autonomy of the judiciary. Legal experts describe the case as a historic test of judicial independence, potentially shaping the future balance between executive and judicial powers in Pakistan.
11,000 educators across Punjab face career uncertainty as rule amendments delay permanent head appointments, raising widespread concern.
The future of 11,000 government school educators across Punjab is under serious threat as permanent head appointments have been blocked, sources confirm. Even educators who have successfully passed merit-based head tests remain without permanent postings, creating career anxiety and administrative disruption in schools. The School Education Department has stated that without amendments to existing rules, educators cannot be granted DDO powers to manage school funds, a crucial aspect of headship. Officials have assured that cabinet approval for permanent head appointments will be sought soon, ensuring transparency and merit-based placements. Education experts warn that the current delay may negatively affect educators' career progression and undermine administrative autonomy in schools. They highlight that prompt appointments are essential not only for the professional growth of teachers, but also for improving overall school performance. The department stresses that these measures aim to maintain meritocracy, administrative stability, and efficiency in the education system. However, until rule amendments are enacted, educators and school management remain concerned over uncertainty and its impact on governance and educational quality.
Afghan women still trapped under severe restrictions. UNAMA's latest report paints a haunting picture of lost rights.
The United Nations Assistance Mission in Afghanistan, UNAMA, has released its quarterly report for July to September 2024, revealing that Afghan women continue to face extreme restrictions under the Taliban regime. The report highlights that women remain banned from secondary and higher education, including medical and dental studies, while many religious schools for girls have also been shut down. According to the report, women's freedom of movement and right to work remain severely curtailed. They're only permitted to visit male doctors if accompanied by a male guardian, further limiting access to health care. UNAMA documented 456 arbitrary arrests and 44 cases of mistreatment and violence against women, many for minor rule violations. The United Nations expressed grave concern over these persistent violations and urged the global community to take urgent action. The report warns that without international intervention, Afghan women's access to education, employment, and healthcare could be permanently erased, pushing half the nation into a future without hope.
Turkey has declared Israeli attacks in Gaza as crimes against humanity, issuing arrest warrants for top officials.
Turkey has taken an unprecedented step by issuing arrest warrants for 37 senior Israeli officials, including Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, and National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir, accusing them of committing systematic genocide in Gaza. The Istanbul Chief Prosecutor's Office described the ongoing Israeli military operations targeting civilian populations, hospitals, shelters, residential areas, and humanitarian aid routes as clear violations of international humanitarian law. Since October 2023, air and ground strikes have killed thousands of innocent civilians, including children, women, and the elderly. The prosecutors cited the tragic death of 6-year-old Hind Rajab and repeated attacks on hospitals as egregious crimes against humanity. Israel has also targeted humanitarian convoys, including the Global Solidarity Flotilla carrying essential aid to besieged Gaza. The prosecutor emphasized that these actions are thoroughly documented through evidence, witness testimonies, attack records, and international reports. Turkey's move follows last year's International Court of Justice actions, which also issued arrest warrants against Netanyahu and former Defense Minister Yoav Gallant for war crimes. Turkey insists the world cannot remain silent on these inhumane actions and demands international accountability.
Cricket legend Shahid Afridi set to thrill fans once again as IMC Over 40 T20 World Cup begins. Former Pakistan captain and iconic all-rounder Shahid Afridi is making a sensational return to competitive cricket in the IMC Over 40 T20 World Cup, scheduled to take place in Karachi from November 21 to December 1. The Pakistan Veterans Cricket Association, PVCA, has confirmed his participation, ensuring Afridi will be the central attraction of the tournament. The event will feature 12 international teams and a total of 42 matches across multiple Karachi stadiums. Pakistan's squad will be led by former all-rounder Abdul Razak, with legendary batsman Javed Miandad mentoring the team. Remaining squad details are expected to be announced soon. Afridi's participation is anticipated to significantly boost fan engagement, ticket sales, and television viewership. Over a celebrated international career, Afridi played over 500 matches, scored more than 11,000 runs, and took 541 wickets, establishing himself as a globally renowned T20 star. Cricket fans in Karachi and nationwide are excited to witness Afridi's aggressive batting and explosive bowling once again. His return promises thrilling performances, unforgettable moments, and a major highlight for veteran cricket enthusiasts.
National hockey team, led by Imad Shakil Butt, gears up for Bangladesh tour, blending youth with seasoned experience.
Cricket may grab headlines, but hockey enthusiasts have reason to cheer as Pakistan gears up for a competitive friendly series against Bangladesh. The Pakistan Hockey Federation, PHF, has officially announced a 18-member national squad led by Captain Imad Shakil Butt, combining the energy of young talent with the wisdom of experienced players. The squad includes standout performers like Abdullah Ishtiaq Khan, Munib-ur-Rahman, Muhammad Sufyan Khan, Abdul Mannan, Zakaria Hayat, Arshad Liaquat, and Ahmad Nadeem, among others. This selection reflects a strategic balance aimed at strengthening Pakistan's performance on the international stage while grooming emerging stars for future Asian competitions. The three-match series begins this Sunday at Dhaka Hockey Stadium, offering young players a platform to gain international exposure and confidence, while senior members provide mentorship and guidance. Officials hope the tour will boost team cohesion and prepare Pakistan for upcoming regional tournaments. PHF expects strong performances that will excite fans and reaffirm Pakistan's competitive legacy in international hockey.
PIA resumes operations after engineers' protest. Gulf and European routes reopen following swift administrative action.
Pakistan International Airlines (PIA) has successfully resumed its international flight operations following a brief suspension caused by an aircraft engineer's protest. The administration swiftly implemented alternative arrangements, enabling the Islamabad to Dammam flight PK-245 and Islamabad to Jeddah flight PK-761 to depart on schedule. The disruption occurred after PIA's aircraft engineers halted flight clearances, citing grievances over the CEO's conduct. The move had led to significant delays in international departures, leaving passengers, especially Umrah pilgrims, facing immense difficulties. According to airline officials, the management's immediate response helped stabilize the situation and restore confidence in operations. Gulf and European routes have now been reopened, with flight schedules gradually returning to normal. The administration has assured passengers that no disruption or obstruction will be tolerated at airports, emphasizing its commitment to safety and service quality. Officials added that PIA's top priority remains passenger convenience and restoring Pakistan's reputation as a reliable international carrier. Timely updates and alternative arrangements will be provided for any affected travelers.
Tragic dumper accident in Karachi turns violent as enraged citizens clash with armed guards. Governor intervenes.
A deadly dumper crash in Karachi's Nishtar Road area spiraled into chaos late last night when a speeding truck fatally struck a motorcyclist and injured his wife. The horrific accident triggered public outrage, with furious residents setting the dumper on fire in protest. Soon after, Dumper Association President Liaquat Masood arrived at the scene accompanied by his armed guards. As tensions rose, the mob began pelting stones at his vehicle. In the ensuing panic, Masood's guards opened fire, though fortunately no one sustained fatal injuries. Sindh Governor Kamran Tesori took immediate notice of the incident, condemning the brandishing of firearms in public and calling such behavior absolutely unacceptable. He stressed that maintaining the rule of law and restoring public trust in authorities is essential. Meanwhile, citizens voiced growing concern over Karachi's alarming rise in heavy vehicle accidents. They blamed reckless dumper driving, poor infrastructure, and weak enforcement for the surge in fatalities. Residents have demanded tighter regulation, licensing reforms, and strict monitoring to prevent such tragedies from recurring.
Governor Faisal Karim Khandi backs Chief Minister Suhail Afridi, says province inherited corruption, terrorism and instability.
Governor Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Faisal Karim Khandi has openly voiced support for Chief Minister Suhail Afridi while strongly criticizing the former provincial leadership. Speaking to the media, he said the previous chief minister left behind the gifts of corruption and terrorism, creating serious challenges for the new government. Khandi emphasized that Suhail Afridi has inherited complex administrative and economic problems that cannot be solved overnight. He urged political stability and patience, saying the new chief minister must be given sufficient time to implement vital reforms and restore good governance in the province. Highlighting his coordination role, the governor said he is serving as a bridge between the provincial and federal governments to ensure smoother communication and effective policymaking. He reiterated that holding office is a party trust, not personal property, and that public interest must always come first. Khandi added that ongoing development and welfare projects will continue without disruption, stressing the importance of unity, reform, and accountability to move Khyber Pakhtunkhwa toward lasting progress and stability.
Smog eases in Punjab, but Lahore's air turns toxic. Meanwhile, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa braces for heavy rains and landslides.
Smog conditions have started to ease across Punjab, but Lahore continues to suffer from dangerously polluted air. According to global environmental data, the city's particulate matter (PM) level has reached 358, placing it in the hazardous category. Faisalabad recorded 246, Multan 219, and Gujranwala 195, all within highly unhealthy to hazardous levels. Health experts have urged residents to limit outdoor activity and wear masks to prevent respiratory and eye problems. They have warned that prolonged exposure to polluted air could lead to serious health complications, especially for children and the elderly. Meanwhile, the Provincial Disaster Management Authority, or PDMA, has issued a rain and snowfall alert for multiple districts of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, predicting wet and cold weather through November 5. The authority has cautioned local administrations to take precautionary steps and warned that heavy rainfall in hilly areas could trigger landslides and road blockages. Citizens have been advised to stay alert, follow safety instructions, and avoid unnecessary travel to high-risk areas.
Pakistan's economy on a steady recovery path. Finance Minister Mohammad Aurangzeb announces bold reforms and blue economy revolution.
Finance Minister Mohammad Aurangzeb has announced that Pakistan's economy is moving towards sustainable stability, with inflation showing a downward trend and growth gaining speed. Speaking at the Maritime Expo via Zoom from Islamabad, he highlighted the immense potential of the blue economy, particularly in fisheries and aquaculture, to transform Pakistan's economic landscape. Aurangzeb praised the Pakistan Navy and the Ministry of Maritime Affairs for hosting the event, noting that efforts are underway to modernize Karachi, Gwadar, and Port Qasim, boosting both domestic and international trade. He revealed that over the past 2.5 years, solid policy measures have curbed inflation and reduced the policy rate. The minister added that 3 global rating agencies have recognized Pakistan's recent economic improvements, a clear sign of regained investor confidence. He affirmed that the Finance Ministry will continue close coordination with other departments and friendly nations to strengthen trade and investment. Aurangzeb expressed optimism that the blue economy will revolutionize Pakistan's maritime and economic future.
A 7-hour marathon session of the KP Assembly Security Committee ends with a united front for peace, stability, and reform.
The Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Assembly's Special Security Committee held a marathon 7-hour session, chaired by Speaker Babar Salim Swati, focusing on strengthening peace, stability, and counterterrorism coordination across the province. The meeting brought together political representatives, senior officials, and security agencies for an in-depth review of the law and order situation. Officials briefed the committee on current security challenges and ongoing operations, emphasizing joint strategies to curb militant activity and enhance interagency cooperation. Lawmakers commended the dedication of security forces and reaffirmed their collective resolve to protect citizens' lives and property without political divisions. Speaker Babar Salim Swati stressed that sustainable peace requires collaboration, unity, and dialogue among all stakeholders. He called for setting aside political differences and prioritizing public safety and institutional harmony. The committee agreed to intensify coordination between civil and security institutions and will reconvene soon to review updated recommendations and finalize an integrated policy framework for long-term peace and development in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Pakistan's security forces deal terrorists a historic defeat. Effective operations bring 52% drop in attacks nationwide, ensuring lasting peace.
Pakistan's security forces have achieved a landmark success in the ongoing war against terrorism, breaking the backbone of militant networks through precise and intelligence-based operations. According to the Pakistan Institute for Conflict and Security Studies, or PICS, terror attacks in September fell by 52% compared to August, marking one of the sharpest declines in recent years. In October alone, 355 terrorists were killed, while 72 security personnel and 31 civilians embraced martyrdom during counter-terrorism operations across the country. The report also highlights a 19% decrease in overall casualties, underscoring the professionalism and coordination of Pakistan's armed forces and law enforcement agencies. Experts say these sustained operations have significantly weakened terrorist infrastructure, restored public confidence, and reinforced Pakistan's determination to eradicate militancy once and for all. The report further notes that intelligence-based operations, or IBOs, played a critical role in dismantling sleeper cells and preventing large-scale attacks. These achievements send a strong message. Pakistan will never allow its soil to be used for terrorism again.
Pakistan Army dismisses claims of drone operations from its soil. DG ISPR cautions India against provocative false flag tactics.
The Pakistan Army has firmly denied reports suggesting that drone strikes in Afghanistan are being launched from its territory. Addressing senior journalists in Rawalpindi, DG ISPR Lieutenant General Ahmad Sharif Chaudhry clarified that no agreement exists between Pakistan and the United States regarding drone operations, nor has the Taliban government lodged any formal complaint. The army spokesperson warned that India is preparing a new deep-sea false flag operation, cautioning that Pakistan's response this time will be stronger and harsher than before. He asserted that Pakistan's armed forces are fully capable of safeguarding the nation's sovereignty and will not tolerate any external threat. Lieutenant General Ahmad Sharif also revealed that over 62,000 counter-terrorism operations have been conducted across Pakistan this year, resulting in the elimination of more than 1,600 terrorists. He reaffirmed that while Pakistan stands for regional peace, it will never compromise on its independence, adding that the enemy must never mistake Pakistan's restraint for weakness.
Political uncertainty deepens in Azad Kashmir. Rival blocs brace for decisive 72 hours that could reshape the government's future.
The political temperature in Azad Kashmir has reached boiling point as the no-confidence motion against Prime Minister Anwarul Haq hangs in the balance. Despite growing dissent, the motion has been delayed yet again, leaving the region's political fate uncertain. According to inside sources, 4 coalition ministers have resigned, while 3 others have announced support for the Pakistan People's Party. However, PPP and Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz ministers have yet to formally withdraw from the government. The PPP claims to have secured a majority to oust the Prime Minister, while the PMLN has pledged full backing for the motion. Still, both parties remain divided on who should replace Anwarul Haq. Among the contenders are Chaudhry Yasin, Latif Akbar, Faisal Rathore, and Sardar Yaqoob. Analysts believe the next 72 hours will prove decisive, either ushering in a leadership change or strengthening Anwarul Haq's grip on power. The unfolding drama could redefine Azad Kashmir's political map and determine the fate of its fragile coalition setup.
In a major legal breakthrough, Lahore High Court rules that a dishonored check isn't a criminal offense without proven malice.
The Lahore High Court has delivered a landmark verdict in a $6.9 million check bounce case, redefining the legal interpretation of dishonored checks in Pakistan. Justice Sadakat Ali Khan set aside the 3-year imprisonment and $20,000 fine previously imposed on Shamim Aslam by the trial court. In the detailed judgment, the court ruled that every dishonored check does not automatically constitute a criminal act unless bad faith or malice is clearly proven. The judge noted that the case had been lodged more than a year after the alleged incident, with no reasonable justification for the delay. Additionally, the complainant failed to file a civil suit for recovery of the amount. Legal analysts hailed the decision as a milestone in the evolution of Czech dishonor laws, emphasizing its impact on fair trial rights and judicial transparency. The court reiterated that the benefit of the doubt is a fundamental right of every accused and a cornerstone of justice.
A major counter-terror triumph in Kalat. 4 Indian-backed militants killed in a precision operation, recovering weapons and explosives.
In a significant counter-terror operation, Pakistani security forces successfully eliminated 4 terrorists linked to the Indian-sponsored proxy network Fitna al-Hindustan in Kalat. According to the Inter-Services Public Relations, or ISPR, the intelligence-based operation was launched on the night of November 1 after credible reports confirmed the presence of militants in the area. The terrorists were involved in multiple acts of sabotage and attacks targeting civilians and law enforcement personnel. During the operation, security forces recovered a cache of weapons, ammunition, and communication devices, preventing potential large-scale attacks. A follow-up clearance operation remains underway to eliminate any remaining threats. President Asif Ali Zardari, Prime Minister Mohammad Shahbaz Sharif, and Interior Minister Mohsen Naqvi commended the professionalism and bravery of the security personnel, emphasizing that Pakistan's determination to eradicate terrorism remains unwavering. Officials reaffirmed that under the Azam-e-Istihkam vision, all foreign bacteria networks operating on Pakistani soil will be dismantled to secure lasting peace and national stability.
On Jammu Martyrs' Day, ISPR releases a stirring anthem celebrating Kashmir's courage, sacrifices, and unyielding dream of freedom.
The Inter-Services Public Relations (ISPR) has released a powerful new anthem, Kashmir Hamare Khwabon Ki Tabeer. Kashmir, the realization of our dreams, on Jammu Martyrs' Day, paying tribute to the unmatched sacrifices of Kashmir's brave sons and daughters. The anthem revisits the tragic Jammu massacre of November 6th and captures the enduring resilience of a people who have faced decades of occupation, oppression, and loss, yet never abandoned their hope for freedom. According to ISPR, the anthem stands as a salute to the undying spirit of Kashmiris who continue their peaceful struggle for self-determination and remain emotionally bound with Pakistan. The song's evocative lyrics and visuals highlight the unbreakable courage, unity, and love for Pakistan that burns in every Kashmiri heart. ISPR stated that the anthem aims to remind the world of Kashmir's pain and perseverance and to reaffirm that no tyranny can silence the dream of freedom forever.
मट्टी से अपना प्यार निभाएंगे मकतल की जानिब दौड़े जाएंगे.
The United Nations has exposed Afghanistan as a terrorist sanctuary, revealing undeniable links to cross-border attacks threatening Pakistan's security.
The United Nations has revealed that Taliban-controlled Afghanistan has once again become a safe haven for international and regional terrorist networks operating against neighboring countries, particularly Pakistan. In its latest monitoring report, the UN confirmed that Afghanistan's soil is being exploited by militant groups despite the Taliban's commitments under the Doha Peace Agreement, which clearly prohibits such activities. The report cited evidence linking Afghanistan-based elements to major terror incidents inside Pakistan, including the Jafar Express bombing and the Sobe cantonment attack, raising serious questions about regional stability. It noted that terrorist facilitators are using porous border routes for infiltration, logistics, and financial operations. The UN has called on the Taliban regime to take immediate steps to dismantle terror networks, disrupt financial support systems, and improve border control. Security experts in Pakistan have termed the findings a wake-up call for global powers, urging the world to enforce compliance mechanisms and hold violators accountable to ensure
Isa Khan's playful teasing and Sonia Saeed's powerful words ignite debate on love, independence, and women's dignity in entertainment.
The spotlight in Pakistan's entertainment industry shines on two powerful women this week, Isa Khan and Sonia Saeed, each making waves in her own unique way. A viral video from Chicago shows Isa Khan humorously teasing her husband, actor Danish Taimur, about his on-screen romantic scenes. During a lighthearted fan interaction, she challenged Danish to say, "I love you," and quipped, "You've all seen him romance other actresses, right?" Her playful jab sent the audience into fits of laughter. Meanwhile, acclaimed actress Sonia Saeed sparked a deeper conversation in a podcast interview, addressing how society overlooks the stories of older women. She said, "It's as if a woman only matters when she's young, but her real journey begins after 35. Emphasizing financial independence, Sonia stated that when women earn for themselves, they gain confidence, respect, and control over their lives. From humor to hard truths, Isa and Sonia reminded everyone that a woman is not just love, but also strength, wisdom, and self-respect.
Balochistan government tightens security. Section 144 enforced, banning double riding, face covering, weapons display, and large gatherings.
The government of Balochistan has imposed Section 144 across the province, introducing strict security measures to maintain public safety and order. According to a Home Department notification, double riding on motorcycles has been prohibited, though women and children are exempted from the restriction. In addition, covering faces in public using veils, mufflers, or masks has been banned due to heightened security concerns. The order also prohibits the use of unregistered motorcycles, vehicles with tinted windows, and the carrying or display of firearms. Public gatherings, rallies, and sit-ins involving 5 or more individuals are not permitted anywhere in the province. Authorities have further banned the sale, purchase, and transportation of explosives and sulfuric acid. Violators will face legal action under Section 188 of the Pakistan Penal Code, which include fines and imprisonment. Police, levies, and Frontier Corps have been instructed to ensure strict compliance, while deputy commissioners must report daily to the Home Department. The restrictions will remain in effect until November 30th, 2025.
Pakistan's top military commander, General Sahir Shamshad, honored in Saudi Arabia for exceptional role in enhancing bilateral defense cooperation.
Chairman Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee General Sahir Shamshad Mirza was conferred with the King Abdul Aziz Medal of Honor Excellent Class during his official visit to Saudi Arabia. The prestigious award was presented in recognition of his remarkable contributions to strengthening military and strategic cooperation between Pakistan and Saudi Arabia. According to the Inter-Services Public Relations, ISPR, General Sahir held an important meeting with General Fayyad bin Hamed al-Ruwaili, Chief of General Staff of the Saudi Armed Forces. Both sides discussed regional and global security challenges and agreed to deepen defense collaboration in training, joint exercises, and counterterrorism. The Saudi leadership praised the professionalism of the Pakistan Armed Forces and acknowledged their sacrifices in the global fight against terrorism. The award, regarded as one of Saudi Arabia's highest military honors, highlights the mutual trust and enduring brotherhood between the two nations. Defense experts describe this visit as a pivotal step toward expanding the strategic defense partnership between Islamabad and Riyadh amid evolving geopolitical realities.
JUI distances itself from the 27th Amendment, accusing government of mistrust. Fazlur Rahman departs for Bangladesh conference.
The Jamiat Ulema-e-Islam, JUI, has announced it will not support the 27th Constitutional Amendment, citing serious reservations about the government's conduct during the legislative process. Party chief Maulana Fazlur Rahman departed from Karachi for Bangladesh, where he will attend the Khatami Nabuwat conference alongside prominent scholars from across the Muslim world. Speaking to the media before his departure, Fazlur Rahman said the government had breached parliamentary trust by reintroducing provisions from the 26th Amendment that had previously been removed after consensus. He stressed that such actions damage the spirit of collaboration essential for constitutional legislation. JUI Senator Kamran Murtaza added that the party was not allowed to review the full draft of the amendment, despite repeated requests to contribute to the Joint Parliamentary Committee. The JUI leadership maintains that proper consultation and transparency were missing throughout the process. Political observers view JUI's stance as a critical turning point, potentially affecting the numerical balance in Parliament and forcing the government to revisit its alliance strategies ahead of the upcoming vote.
Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Chief Minister Sohail Afridi faces legal heat, charged under PECA Act for allegedly inciting hatred online.
A formal case has been registered against Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Chief Minister Mohammad Sohail Afridi under the Prevention of Electronic Crimes Act, PECA, for allegedly promoting hatred and mistrust towards state institutions. According to the First Information Report, FIR, Afridi's statements and related social media content created confusion and undermined public trust in key institutions. The complaint, filed by a citizen at the Federal Cybercrime Reporting Center in Islamabad, prompted the National Cybercrime Investigation Agency, NCIA, to launch a probe. The FIR alleges that Afridi made false and provocative remarks during a media talk outside Adiala jail, which were later disseminated through the official PTI social media platforms. Officials confirmed that digital logs, video clips, and publication records are being collected for forensic examination. Since the matter falls under federal jurisdiction, the initial inquiry is being conducted at the national level. Legal experts say the case could set an important precedent in defining the boundaries between digital free speech and legal responsibility.
Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif hosted a grand dinner for government and coalition senators, appreciating their united effort on the 27th Amendment.
Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif hosted an appreciation dinner in honor of government and coalition senators for their support in passing the 27th Constitutional Amendment. Addressing the gathering, the Prime Minister said that the amendment's approval reflected a remarkable example of political cooperation and unity of purpose. Shehbaz Sharif extended special gratitude to President Asif Ali Zardari and the leadership of all allied parties, saying that consensus built in the broader national interest is a strength of democratic governance. He emphasized that collective decision-making is vital to reinforce the federation, foster harmony among provinces, and improve institutional coordination. Highlighting the economic outlook, Shehbaz said visible progress is being achieved across multiple sectors, stressing that policy continuity and stability remain crucial for sustained growth. He reaffirmed the government's commitment to reforms aimed at strengthening governance and public confidence. Participants also exchanged views on national issues, parliamentary progress, and future legislative strategies. The Prime Minister concluded by urging continued unity to ensure Pakistan's prosperity and institutional strength.
Qawmi Watan Party Chairman Aftab Sherpao strongly reacts to KPCM Afridi's remarks, stressing peace and responsible leadership.
Aftab Ahmed Khan Sherpao, chairman of the Qawmi Watan Party, has issued a strong response to recent statements made by Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Chief Minister Suhail Afridi, stressing the importance of responsible political discourse in the sensitive province. Sherpao highlighted that leaders holding high office must exercise caution, as public statements carry significant influence on societal perception and stability. Sherpao noted that Khyber Pakhtunkhwa requires continuous focus on peace, development, and public welfare. He advised the chief minister to channel his energy toward addressing the province's economic and administrative challenges, while improving key sectors such as education and healthcare. Although political differences are part of a democratic system, Sherpao emphasized that every statement affects public sentiment and social cohesion. Public reactions echoed these concerns, with citizens cautioning that the chief minister often makes unfounded remarks against the Pakistan Armed Forces, the country's core protectors. Analysts point out that this debate reflects a broader national conversation on political narratives, public discourse, and the necessity of mutual respect and coordination to maintain national stability and harmony.
The 27th Constitutional Amendment grants the President lifelong immunity, while Prime Minister suggested protection was removed under Shehbaz Sharif's direction.
The Joint Parliamentary Committee has approved the clause-by-clause draft of the 27th Constitutional Amendment, introducing a historic provision in Article 248 that grants the President of Pakistan lifetime immunity. Under the amendment, no case can be filed or arrest made against the President at any stage, and the protection applies to both past and future cases. Parliamentary sources revealed that the President's clause was added following a proposal from the Pakistan People's Party, PPP. Meanwhile, a parallel proposal to grant similar immunity to the Prime Minister was initially included, but subsequently withdrawn on Shehbaz Sharif's instructions, reflecting careful consideration and consensus among coalition partners. The committee, chaired by Farooq H. Naik, included representatives from the government, allied parties, and JUI. Proposals from MQM, BAP, PMLQ, and ANP were rejected, including measures for devolving local powers, increasing provincial seats, a uniform national curriculum, and renaming Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Sources said the amendment ensures the President's office retains constitutional dignity and legal protection while safeguarding continuity and prestige of top state institutions. The decision highlights the careful balancing of political, legal, and institutional interests in Pakistan's evolving constitutional framework.
President Trump pledges $2,000 per American from tariff revenue, while sharply criticizing Biden's leadership and policy failures.
During an inspection of the bus rapid transit system in Peshawar, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Chief Minister Suhail Afridi publicly voiced strong objections to the 27th Constitutional Amendment, calling it both unnecessary and politically motivated. Afridi argued that the amendment neither fulfills constitutional requirements nor supports democratic principles, warning that its primary objective appears to favor a particular party. He emphasized that the current governance framework already maintains a clear balance of powers, and reforms should focus on collective benefits for the state and citizens rather than individual interests. Highlighting the importance of public transport, Afridi praised the BRT system as a vital facility serving millions of commuters daily. He announced plans to extend the BRT network from Peshawar to Khyber district, including the Baro route. To support this expansion, 50 new buses have been procured, with approval granted for an additional 50, ensuring smooth and efficient operations across the extended routes. Afridi concluded by stressing that the provincial government remains committed to peace, development, and improved governance, with special attention to tribal districts, aiming to strengthen regional connectivity and public services.
Legal experts urge Supreme Court to hold full court session, preserving judiciary's independent role amid constitutional concerns.
27वीं आईनी तरमीम के मामले पर सीनियर वकला और रिटायर्ड जजेस के एक ग्रुप ने सुप्रीम कोर्ट के चीफ जस्टिस को खत लिखकर सुप्रीम कोर्ट के इदारा जाती किरदार और आईनी हैसियत से मुतल्लिक खदशात का इजहार किया। खत में चीफ जस्टिस से दरखास्त की गई कि वो इस मामले पर फुल कोर्ट मीटिंग बुलाएं ताकि सुप्रीम कोर्ट का मुत्तफिका नुक्ता नज़र सामने आ सके। खत पर जस्टिस रिटायर्ड मशीर आलम, मखदूम अली खान, ख्वाजा अहमद हुसैन और सलाहुद्दीन अहमद के दस्तखत शामिल हैं। खत के मुताबिक ये खत गैर मामूली हालात में लिखा गया है। इन कानूनी माहिरीन के मुताबिक सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आज़ादाना आईनी किरदार को बरकरार रखना रियासती तवाज़ुन के लिए इंतहाई ज़रूरी है। खत के मतन में कहा गया है कि 27वीं तरमीम सुप्रीम कोर्ट के अंदर इख्तियारात की तकसीम और अदलिया के खुद मुख्तार फैसलों के ढांचे पर बराह रास्त असर डाल सकती है। वकला के मुताबिक सुप्रीम कोर्ट रियासत का वो इदारा है जिसने हमेशा आईनी बालादस्ती के उसूल को कायम रखने की कोशिश की और माजी में किसी सिविल या फौजी हुकूमत की जानिब से इसकी इदारा जाती खुद मुख्तारी को महदूद करने की कोशिश कामयाब नहीं हो सकी। खत में कहा गया कि अगर ये तासीर दुरुस्त है कि मौजूदा तरमीम पहली बार सुप्रीम कोर्ट के ताकत के तवाज़ुन या फैसलों की आज़ादी को मुतासर कर सकती है तो इस पर इदारा जाती सतह पर गौर करना ज़रूरी है। वकला और साबिक जजेस ने मौक़िफ़ इख्तियार किया कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट के पास इस अमल पर अपना रद्द-ए-अमल देने और आइन की रोशनी में वजाहत जारी करने का इख्तियार है।
Joint police and army operations launched in Peshawar using advanced tech to ensure lasting law and order.
Amid deteriorating law and order in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, security forces have launched special snap-checking operations in Peshawar for the first time in 5 years. Authorities have established checkpoints at key city entry points, with discussions underway to install a digital scanning system to enhance security measures. Following a surge in attacks on police in southern districts, joint operations by the police, city patrol force, and army have tightened security across major city sectors. Sources report that checkpoints have been set up in Peshtakara, Ring Road, Badaber, Matni, Hasankel, Warsak, and Rigi. Snipers have been deployed at sensitive locations to enable rapid response in emergencies. Police officials say the next phase will incorporate thermal technology to monitor suspicious movements even at night. Daily snap-checking operations aim to curb criminal activity and protect citizens' lives and property. Authorities have urged the public to cooperate at checkpoints and immediately report any suspicious person or vehicle. Security experts believe that sustained efforts could pave the way for lasting peace and stability across Peshawar and urban areas of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa.
U.S. takes central role in Gaza administration under Trump's peace plan, limiting Israel's influence and shaping post-war future.
Disagreements between the United States and Israel over Gaza's ceasefire and post-war administration have intensified, signaling a shift in regional dynamics. According to Times of Israel, an Israeli official revealed that Washington has downgraded Israel's influence within the Civil-Military Coordination Center established for Gaza, transferring primary decision-making authority over security and administrative matters to the U.S. and its allies. The center is part of President Donald Trump's 20-point peace plan, under which an international stabilization force would assume ground control of Gaza following United Nations approval. Israeli forces are expected to withdraw gradually, while the proposed multinational force, envisioned to include nearly 20,000 personnel, would serve a 2-year mandate. The U.S., however, will not deploy its own troops, instead engaging countries like Turkey, Qatar, Egypt, UAE, Indonesia, and Azerbaijan. Israel has voiced strong objections to potential Turkish involvement, while Arab states remain cautious due to concerns over direct clashes with Hamas and regional repercussions. Reports indicate the peace plan has also been incorporated into a draft UN resolution proposing the transfer of Gaza's civilian administration to the Palestinian Authority through an interim Board of Peace framework contingent on reforms. Negotiations over force structure, ceasefire terms, and political transition remain ongoing.
Violent clashes erupt in Ecuador's Macala prison, leaving 31 inmates dead, testing government's control and law enforcement.
A deadly riot erupted at Machala prison in southern Ecuador, leaving at least 31 inmates dead in one of the country's most violent prison incidents in recent years. Authorities reported that 27 inmates died due to asphyxiation, while 4 others were killed later in a separate clash. The unrest began when inmates were being transferred to a newly established maximum security ward. Security forces acted swiftly to restore order, but experts warn that Ecuador's prisons are severely overcrowded, with populations far exceeding capacity. Rising tensions between rival gangs over power and drug influence have transformed prisons into volatile battlegrounds, posing a persistent challenge for law enforcement. President Daniel Noboa's administration faces mounting pressure to implement effective measures against organized crime behind bars. Officials have urged citizens to report suspicious activity or threats immediately. Analysts say the Machala riot underscores the urgent need for prison reforms and robust security strategies to prevent similar deadly incidents, while highlighting the broader threat organized crime poses to public safety and national stability.
President Trump pledges $2,000 per American from tariff revenue, while sharply criticizing Biden's leadership and policy failures.
U.S. President Donald Trump announced a $2,000 payout to American citizens funded through revenue from tariffs, excluding high-income individuals. Describing the initiative as a dividend, Trump said it aims to provide financial relief and support economic recovery amid ongoing challenges. He emphasized that the government is earning billions and will soon begin repaying its $3.7 trillion debt. Trump also used the announcement to attack former President Joe Biden, calling him one of the worst presidents in U.S. history. He criticized Biden's handling of the Afghanistan withdrawal, the Russia-Ukraine conflict, and the October 7 Hamas attack on Israel, labeling them as failures of leadership. According to Trump, these decisions resulted in the deaths of 13 U.S. soldiers and multiple injuries, forcing Biden to suspend aspects of his election campaign. International media report that the U.S. Supreme Court is reviewing the legal validity of the tariffs, following earlier lower court rulings declaring them unlawful. Experts note that Trump's statements combine promises of public relief with a strategic political message, reinforcing his economic and political agenda ahead of upcoming elections.
ACC President Mohsin Naqvi and BCCI Secretary Devajit Saikia engage in constructive talks to resolve trophy conflict.
In a significant development for Asian cricket, Asian Cricket Council ACC President Mohsin Naqvi met with BCCI Secretary Devajit Saikia on the sidelines of an ICC meeting in Dubai to address the long-standing Asia Cup trophy dispute. A senior ICC official was also present during the discussion. Devajit Saikia emphasized that while the trophy issue was not on the ICC's main agenda, the ICC facilitated a separate session to allow both sides to discuss and resolve the matter amicably. The ice is melting and it is encouraging that the negotiation process has started, he said, noting that both boards are working on proposals to reach a mutually agreeable solution. He added that disputes are never permanent and cricket relations improve